Hey guys, welcome to my channel. You can call me Ruka. Today we're going to be talking about the top 4 tips I have for you as a new nursing student. But before we go ahead and get started, click that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get to it. So for the first 2 tips, I would say that these 2 are definitely stuff that you need to, or like tips that you need to know before even becoming a nursing student. This is something that you have to have in your routine, that you have to initiate beforehand so that you're not overwhelmed once you actually begin nursing school. And that first tip is to stay organized. You don't want to be running around like a chicken without a head looking for all your supplies, looking for a book that you were supposed to use for class, that day, and you can't find it. You show up to class, you don't have what you need. Right? So you want to have everything together in the same area in your house so that you're not going crazy looking for everything. And you can have all your binders together, all your paperwork, everything together, or you could even have a tablet and a laptop and keep everything there like that, and it'll be a little easier because you could have everything on the cloud. For the second tip, I would say time management is a huge thing. When you transition from your prereqs and then going into nursing school, it hits you hard because your prereqs, you kind of had a life, and when it comes to nursing school, you're not gonna have one. You're not gonna have time to constantly be going out and hanging out with your friends. Well, especially not now with COVID, but you're not gonna have time for things that you had time for before. And you might be able to fit it in, but it's all about time management. And when it comes to time management, it's super important, and it goes with staying organized to keep all your dates together, so you know what is due and when it's due, and you know when you need to start working on it. Like when I have a test coming up, I like to start actually working on it and having everything ready to study since a week before. So that means I need to prepare before that week to have all my study material ready. And if I don't manage my time correctly, it might get to that date that I need to start studying just for this test and I don't have anything. So time management is super important. With that, what helps me is, at first I had a happy planner, but it was like this fat and it was really hard to take anywhere. So what I did was I ended up getting an iPad, and there I downloaded GoodNotes and got a planner, a digital planner, and was actually able to do everything there. And I carry this tiny little thing with me, and I can take it anywhere, and it really helps. Tip number 3, it's exhaust all your resources. I've heard this a bunch of times. There's people that they don't even use all their resources. People don't even want to read their books. But that's a huge resource that you have there. Your book is something that you should be going over constantly, on top of all the other things that you could be doing. But the book is what has the main information there. So the book is, it's not going to lead you astray. You're going to be able to use that book to pretty much study any of your material. And if you're really dedicated, you might be able to just only use your book and pass and really know your stuff and become a great nurse. But there's a bunch of other resources that you can use on top of that you have to use. If the book isn't working for you, and if it's hard for you to grasp the concepts that you need to know for certain courses, the first resource that you should be going to after your book is your professor. Your professor is there to teach you, they're there to guide you, and they should be helping you whenever you need that help. So if you have any doubts, any questions, or anything like that, go to your professor. They're the ones that are teaching you. They're helping you, and nobody knows their course better than they do. So after that, I would definitely say make friends. At first I was the type of person that was like, I don't like making friends. I don't wanna go in there. I'm kind of shy, meet new people. It's kind of weird. But I ended up getting a group of friends. Just it's just 3 of us, and we really help each other out. When you have a group, it's a lot easier to study because you may not know a certain thing, but one of your friends knows what it is that you're trying to learn, and they know how to teach you. And not just that, but when you're in a group and you are able to teach someone a certain thing or something that you're learning, then that's showing that you've learned what you're doing, and you know how to do it. Another thing would be go to the lab at your school. I know right now it may not be possible due to the pandemic, but if you're able to, and if, once this is all over, when you're able to go to the lab again, go to the lab. It's not a place to study your lecture material, but you're definitely able to practice your skills there. And I know that I probably would not have passed my return demo the first time around if I wasn't going to the lab, because me and my friends were in there 24/7. We were constantly there, though. I think we just weren't there pretty much to eat, and then or when we would go home and be with our families and sleep, and then we'll come back to school the next day, do our classes, and go to the lab. So the lab is a great resource to have. There's also usually other professors in there that if you have any questions, they can go ahead and help you out as well. And not just that, but another great resource is the books, the makers of the books that you're using for school, for all your textbooks, like Elsevier. They on their sites, I believe for an additional cost, they actually give you other material to study from those books as well. Like they have more practice questions that you can go over. It really gives you in some detail what it is that you're not doing good in and what it is that you are doing good in, so you know what to focus your studying more on. And another great resource is YouTube. YouTube, I've learned a lot of stuff on here. There's a bunch of channels of registered nurses that have already gone through nursing school, and they're here to help. They're giving you tips and showing you how to do certain things. And I don't think that I would have even passed like a recent test I had on fluid and electrolytes last semester if it wasn't for Sarah from Registered Nurse RN. I'll probably go ahead and link her info down below, or her channel down below as well. But she's amazing. I love watching her, and she really helps as well. There's other channels too. As I go finding some more, I'll probably link them below and do an updated video on this as well. The last tip is to be prepared. There's nothing worse than showing up to class and not being prepared. Not being on time because you're missing things, not wearing what you're supposed to be wearing, or following the dress code. So be prepared. Get your supplies ahead of time. Study your material ahead of time. Before your classes start, your professors will send you a syllabus. And from this syllabus, you'll have your list of books that you need. So purchase them ahead of time. You don't need to buy brand new books. You can buy them off of Amazon or other websites. And I've gotten a bunch of books that are like new condition. They don't even have anything written on them. And it was super cheap because they're used. And so, buy your material ahead of time. Your stethoscopes, your pen lights, anything that they ask for, get that ahead of time and make sure you have it ready for the first day of school. And have your bag ready so you're not going crazy looking for it, which goes back into organization. But you need to have your books ready, your supplies ready, your binders, your paperwork, whatever you need to take, have it ready. So be prepared to take it to class on that first day and every time that you go. Don't show up late. Read ahead of time. Learn the material ahead of time. A lot of times, you go to class and some professors expect you to already know because they gave you the syllabus ahead of time. It should be, the classes are more like a refresher class than for you to just sit there and actually learn everything. The professors can only teach you so much, and they help you out as much as they can, but a lot of the stuff is on your own as well. And not just that, but you need to dress accordingly. You need to follow your school's dress code, wear your scrubs, wear the right shoes, wear the correct colors for the undershirts, have your hair picked up if you need to have it picked up, take off your nails, because a lot of places don't let you even have a nail polish on. take off your rings. You can't have false lashes on or anything like that. Guys cannot have heavy beards. So you really need to follow that dress code as well. And when it comes to being prepared with this final tip, it really shows your professors, and not just that, but the hospitals that you go to for clinicals, it shows them that like you mean business. You have potential. You're willing to learn, you're willing to follow the rules, and they're gonna look for you once you graduate to be able to to have you as their employee as well. You're gonna have a lot of opportunities as long as you stay organized. You have good time management. You exhaust your resources, so you learn everything you need to learn, and you stay prepared. Thank you so much, guys, for listening in on my tips that I have for you. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.